Okay, so slightly different format. Just figured we'll do, I guess this is what can be considered breakfast foods?
Yeah.
Breakfast snacky food things. Not like
Yeah,
anything.
these are very much snack foods, not necessarily breakfast foods.
With some of them are, but
Yeah.
that. Well, maybe, anyway. So we're going to be trying different stuff. Aaron will be eating the stuff that I wouldn't necessarily eat. Things that have like hot dogs in them. So, and then, yeah, some of these we've had before.
Most of these we've had before.
Most of these we've had before. So we're going to start with this thing. It is a Krentenbollen.
Crenton?
Yeah. Because this has raisins in it, but it's basically a raisin bun. I mean, it's like raisin bread, but in a dinner roll. But yeah, it tastes like raisin bread.
Yeah.
But
It's
a really, really, really squishy roll.
Yeah, and it's cinnamony with, well, just a hint of cinnamon and sweet. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And I asked, like, what else is like super Dutch? And she kind of smiles at me and she goes, Krentenbollen. And I'm like, Krenten? She's like, like she kind of paused for a second, then some lady at the bakery, she goes, cinnamon raisin. She goes, yeah, cinnamon raisin. I was like, okay, I'll take one. Because we've had their raisin bread before.
So good.
Yeah. So this is the cork ball, and it's got, because this is so much, so yeah, it's a different doughy.
Yeah, that's almost more of a cake roll.
Yeah. And it's KWARKBOL. It's made with Greek yogurt or something.
And the inclusions are also raisins.
Yeah, that's why I got them confused. Well, once I squished it, but this kind of makes it cakier, and you can see if it would be warmer, it'd be.
Yeah. This is.
Kind of almost has that muffin.
Yeah, this is like a fluffy muffin or a slightly dense cake. It's like white cake. It's good.
When they're all warmed up like a lot, like 30 seconds, maybe even 20 in the microwave, it's all by itself, more better flavored. But
Yeah. I mean, the hiccups.
yeah, you guys probably look at the screen funny and he'll get the hiccups. Which would be like, how are you sending a weird stink eye look back in the past to make him get the hiccups? I don't know. His hiccups transcend time.
And space.
True. And so you can try that thing, the
Yeah.
fricadelle.
So,
This has two spellings. There's fricadelle and fricandel. Fricandel. There's really not a difference.
it's not quite hot dog consistency. It's more of a sausage consistency.
Yeah. But it still is.
Yeah. They're good hot.
This one's from Fabo, right?
Yeah.
It's not from the bakery. The bakery has these inside something we'll show you next.
Yeah. A savory flavor with a little bit of spice instead of the hot dog that's kind of, I don't know how to describe hot dogs.
Neither do I.
Holy crap.
Well, that's the thing is, to me, a hot dog is like, it's sour tart with a whole lot of slime.
Hot dogs do have a little bit of a sour flavor, especially here. What was I was eating or drinking that I asked tasted like wine? So yesterday morning I had a hot dog broodje,
Okay.
and it made my coffee taste like it had wine in it. It was this red aftertaste that was kind of tart. So even though it doesn't sound like it, I think or it doesn't normally taste like it, I think hot dogs probably are a little tart, and I just never noticed.
Yeah. I just don't eat hot dogs because they taste like slime to me.
But these are not hot dogs. The outside is kind of tough, but it's not a skin.
Yeah, I see. This is basically just a fat version of the little tiny wursts. And they kind of even smell like it too.
Yeah.
It's more of a wurst. And so I get these little ones that are almost like jerky sticks. And you open the package and they stank. so badly. Like the first time I opened it, I didn't want to eat these. I was like, that's it. I spent €3 on nothing. I'm not going to eat these. And then I just like the smell that was in the package kind of dissipated a little bit. And so I tried one. I was like, these do not smell like the way they taste. They taste good. They taste like jerky wurst with a little bit of spice on it, but
yeah, and that's what these are.
Yeah, they don't smell like it all. They smell rancid as hell.
These do not.
That's because they're probably more around and they're not, more cured into jerky.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing, which we're both going to try, so like a hot dog broodje will basically come in something like this, but with a hot dog in it.
Yeah. So broodje are kind of anything like that, but that is
a small rectangle.
It's a small rectangle croissant type bread wrapped around
something. Whatever it is.
And usually with the slices on top.
Yeah, see the little ridge. Yeah. So this is spinach and feta, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. As you can see. See, it's just like wrapped around. It's almost like shall we say 100% hot dog, where like a corn dog, but more of a croissant dog.
Yeah.
And instead of dog, they put other stuff inside. I'm trying to get this to the Americans because this stuff doesn't exist in the States.
It's, if you've had, what are those rolls with cream in the middle? Think croissant with stuff in it.
This is not quite what I was expecting. I love feta like nobody's business. I will eat it out of the thing. But this has a lot of spinach in it.
Yeah,
and I like
pretty
spinach.
Heavy on the spinach, light on the feta.
Yeah, and I'm so much more into spinach and feta.
Where I like spinach and feta.
Yeah, it's sort of like I like honey mustard, and he likes honey mustard. Okay, so back to something that is super Dutch.
super Dutch.
Guys on the team say this is probably the most calorie-intensive thing that the Dutch have ever made. And I'm like, this is including some of their lunch things. I even asked them, I was like, including meh? And they went, yes. This oliebollen literally is oil ball. This is not exactly what you'd think. This is not oil deep fried. It is hard to open, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's so warm.
Well, I did nuke them, so.
Yeah.
And they hold on to their heat because they're very dense. But they have like fruit or something on the inside.
They have fruit. This one's got whatever that was that you just ate.
Apple, maybe? I'm not sure.
Apple sounds right. It's got raisins.
Yeah.
But it is deep fried. Mm-hmm. It is oily. Mm-hmm. They aren't nearly as good the day after.
No, even when you nuke them. But maybe if you nuked them after being refrigerated, not leaving them out to dry out.
Yeah. But because of the raisins and various other things, they have a little tiny bit of tart afterwards. I taste it at least.
I'm so inundated with sweet. But then again, I drink so much coffee, it's hard for me to get bitter tartness. So this is colder than I usually eat, but this is what I get every morning. It's called kaasbroodje. It is exactly as we described with the spinach and feta, but it basically is this is the super flaky stuff. As you can see, it's super croissanty, flaky, it's getting all over the place. And it's got just cheese on the inside.
It's kind of a melty, creamy cheese.
It's a cheese stick, almost.
Yeah.
In the middle of, yeah. So here. No. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is why I have to vacuum very often around my computer. I'm still not sure what cheese is in the inside. It might be Gouda. The Americans say Gouda. Over here they say Gouda.
Gouda.
But yeah, I have like 2 of these every morning. And when they're super warm, this cheese is liquid, almost. And so one of our last things that I don't eat is this called Sauseisen. It's down here on the screen. I put the names of everything down here so you guys can see. Again, it's super flaky.
I'm breaking it in half so they can see.
I was going to have you just bite into it because I'm not going to eat any of it.
So, it's basically a sausage patty broodje.
Kind of like what you'd get in a McDonald's egg McMuffin, sausage McMuffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing, but long, not square.
And the top, I don't know what they do, what they coat it in, but it's, well, you can try this.
No. I don't want to take any chances. That's what's kept me healthy so long, is I don't want to take any chances.
It's tougher than normal bread, or even broodje, and it's got a slight flavor to it that I can't quite place. But the sausage itself it's not hot spicy, it's just spiced heavily. I can't place it. It might be coriander.
Possibly. They like coriander around here. We have cheese that has coriander in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Sauseisen broodje are everywhere. I can get one for lunch every day if I want.
And now, these aren't really Dutch, but our bakery over at Oostpoort has been selling these for a little while, and they were like 5 for 8. And I'm like, well, that seems a good price, but I don't necessarily want them, so I only got 2 of them today. But it looks like it's the time of year for beignets.
Yeah.
I believe that's French.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I don't have Remy here to ask. But.
They're soft. They would have been good warm.
Okay. And they're covered in like
cinnamon sugar,
and they're probably just like that is an apple pie filling. Like, I wasn't completely sure what a beignet was because I never really had one, because I always thought of them back in the States as rich, fancy food because it was French. If it was for common man, we would just call them French and then whatever they were.
Yeah, French pies.
French pies.
And then we saw the last season of Once Upon a Time, where the food truck served beignets.
Yeah, but that was also in Seattle, and food trucks in Seattle at that time were super fancy, just like in the Portland ones. Like, they specialize in things because they're super hipster food, so we really didn't eat them. But, let me squish this up for you guys. It's basically got apple just in it. It's got actually, that's an apple ring. Now that I've squished it out, the apple has been cored and then sliced horizontally so it has an apple ring. And then the larger chunks, the larger ones, like I think you can maybe get 3 out of a large apple of like that. I was gonna say that are that big around.
No.
An apple is not.
If you get a big apple.
Yeah, I know.
But they aren't very tall, so you can fit a bunch.
Okay. But you can't get like, I don't think you're getting 8. Dude, apples are like that tall. I haven't seen apples the size of a grapefruit. The apples are like that. So in order to get something that big around on an apple, you're gonna get like 2 or 3 of them. In order to get a thing to get the size of this beignet.
Apples are roughly spherical or cylindrical, but the diameter of the apple doesn't have an influence on its height.
All right.
Anyway, I think we're talking at cross purposes at this point.
Yeah.
That was really, really freaking good.
Okay. To me, it's sugary and apple. Wasn't.
I said that's really freaking good.
Yeah. But to me, it was like, oh, that's tasty. But again, my palate's all screwed up. I mean, I don't eat much anything, so I drink a lot of coffee. And there's nothing else we have. We'll probably go over afternoon foods on another time.
Yeah.
Maybe next weekend so we can have a video to put up.
When we wind up just playing Pokemon and WoW.
We're in Paris.
Oh, right.
So we'll do like afternoon foods that are more like, you know, donors and croquettes and stuff.
And Bitterball.
Yeah, kind of Boral things.
Yeah. Bye.
I can't turn the camera off right now.